Namaste and welcome to class. Mindful Yogis, lovely to see you and to be with you today. We are going to do some lovely practices today, all about really working into the breath and joining the breath with the movement, which calms down the vagus nerve, just re-centers and re-stabilizes everything. So especially for those people who are struggling with mental health issues, please know I feel you. Coming out of lockdown has not been easy. I thought it was going to be easy, but actually not that easy to do. So quite stressful. So if you've had a stressful week, I feel you, I do. So let's come into 3 arm circles, breathing in deeply. And exhale, coming down to the heart, pressing the thumbs into the heart center. Taking a nice deep inhale into the heart chakra, anahata. And letting go on the exhale. 2 more just like that, breathing in deeply. And exhaling down to the heart, dropping the chin. Breathing 1 breath into the heart chakra, rejuvenating the spirit, filling the body with fresh prana, life force. Last time, breathe it all the way in and up. And exhale down through the center line. Press your thumbs to the heart chakra, breathing in deeply. Beautiful. This time we're going to inhale, lift everything up, interlace the fingers and press the palms away, dropping the chin back to the center line. We're lifting through the back body. So the mistake here is to pop the chest forward and thereby shorten the spine, but lengthen the spine by pressing down through the back of the pelvis, lengthening the lower spine from the sacroiliac joint down to the tailbone, pulling the lower ribs back towards the vertebra and lifting the whole back body up. So sometimes we pop the chest forward, but we shorten the back. So it's a balance, isn't it? It's the yin and the yang. So we've got to find that balance between the front body and the back body. And here we want to start breathing into the side ribs. So breathing in deeply. Beautiful. And you can do Samma Vritti, even numbered breath, breathing in for a count of 4, 6 or 8, depending on your breath. And letting go on the exhale. Just 1 more like that. Breathing in deeply, breathing into those side ribs. And exhale gently, gently. I'm going to bring my arms down and I'm just going to cup my hands over the outside of this right knee. So I'm turning my chest towards this right knee, and this time I'm actually going to round my back, dropping the head down and just stretching this left side of the spinous erectus muscle and the rhomboids, which attach the shoulder blades to the spine. Just drop the chin and you'll feel a nice stretch into the back of the neck as well. Breathing in deeply. Count of 4, 6 or 8. And just make sure that every exhale is a letting go. Just really let go on that exhale. Allow the diaphragm to relax. 1 more breath in here, breathing in that beautiful prana. Good work. Gently, gently, drawing the arms all the way back up. Let's start with this one again. Beautiful. Breathing into the side chest. Don't forget the back body, so it's a play between the front body being nice and open and the back body being nice and long as well. So draw those lower ribs back towards the spine, lifting up out of the pelvis, getting these lower ribs away from the top of the pelvis, breathing into the side chest. So I really want you to feel the intercostal muscles opening up in between these ribs. So breathing in deeply, really letting go on the exhalation. Beautiful. One more in here. And gently, gently, I'm just going to turn over as I exhale to this left knee. Interlace my fingers around there. Beautiful. And then I'm going to drop back. So I'm dropping or sinking into the pelvis, rounding the back body and trying to sit back into this right hip. Don't lift this off the floor. Sitting back into that right hip. Just really letting the chin drop so you get a lovely stretch into the back of the neck. Beautiful. One more Samma Vritti breath. Beautiful. And gently, gently coming back to center. Inhale, lift everything back up. Exhale, bring everything back down to the heart space. Drop the chin. Deep inhale into the heart chakra. And gently placing your hands onto your knees. We're going to come into Kapalabhati, which is the Skull Shining Breath. So it's a pranayama. And I'm just going to get you to place your right hand onto your belly. So Kapalabhati has 3 parts: the inhale, the exhale, and the letting go. So we take a nice deep inhale, 4, 6, or 8, breathing in deeply. Sharp exhale. And then let go of the rest of the breath. Good work. Let's do that again. Breathing in, 4, 6, or 8. Sharp exhale. And letting go. Beautiful. And again, breathing in deeply, 4, 6, or 8. Sharp exhale. And let go of the rest of the breath. So that sharp exhale is where you actually just use the stomach muscles to pull back towards the spine and push the breath out. Breathing in deeply, 4, 6, or 8. Sharp exhale. Letting go. And again, we'll be here for a couple of minutes, breathing in. Sharp exhale. Letting go. Breathing in deeply. Sharp exhale. Letting go. Breathing in. Sharp exhale. Letting go. 4 more in your own time. Breathing in. Sharp exhale. Letting go. Beautiful. Breathing it in. You can close close your eyes if you like. Sharp exhale. Letting go. Beautiful. 2 more. Breathe it in. Sharp exhale. Letting go. Last time, breathing in. Sharp exhale. And letting go. Beautiful. Let's just take a moment here, placing the palms together. Just allow the thumbs to join. And either just looking 45 degrees in front of you at a point on the floor, or if you feel comfortable, just closing the eyes for a moment and allowing the breath to settle back to natural breath, normal breath. Just allowing the breath to settle back to natural breath, normal breath. So Kapalabhati is slightly stimulating. It is a preparatory exercise to Bhastrika, which is where you actually do that process very quickly, and that is very stimulating. But Kapalabhati, because it's slow, it has this lovely balancing effect. So it is slightly stimulating, a sharp exhale, but because we're doing it nice and gently and slowly, it also has this lovely calming and balancing effect for the mind. So it begins to train the mind just to go nice and easy, one step at a time. One step at a time. And for those people who have anxiety, and I know this well, one step at a time is not easy. It's quite difficult, actually. Okay, let's just join the soles of the feet together, and we're going to come into a longer hold here. So you might want to use blocks or blankets or pillows. And now I always recommend that you have these things handy. Jump on eBay and grab some yoga equipment. It's pretty easy to just have it delivered to you. If you need blocks or blankets or cushions, this one is a good one for cushions. So first of all, we're going to come into this beautiful butterfly posture, Baddha Konasana. And then after that, we'll come into the turtle posture, which is where you push the feet a little bit further forward, and it gives you this really nice openness through the hips and the back. But we're going to start first of all with the feet a bit closer to the pelvis. Now, you go as close as the heels to the pelvis as you can without your knees sort of sitting up around your shoulders. But if your knees are like this, then you want to be grabbing a block or a cushion. And if you find especially that you've got one leg tighter than the other, make sure you support that leg. There's nothing worse than having a very tight experience in a posture without support. So giving yourself the support that you need is important. So in here, we're going to start to reach forward. So I'm reaching out of my tailbone. I'm reaching out of the hips. And what I'm doing is I'm actually rotating the hip joint in the socket. So all of the connective tissue, the fascia that connect the hip bone into the joint, and all the muscles which support the joint, and there's a lot of them, are beginning to open up and be asked to release. So I find Baddha Konasana an incredible posture. I do it absolutely every day. What we're going to do is we're just going to stretch the arms forward here, and we're going to come into a nice hold for a couple of minutes. Now, if you're using a cushion and you want to relax here, you want to stretch it out and get a nice relaxation in, then a cushion for your forehead is absolutely lovely. And so what we're doing is we're stretching out of that tailbone, stretching all of the muscles which support the hip, gluteals, the piriformis, the hip flexor. Releasing all of the tension and frustration that we store in our hips and the buttock area. And we're asking sacroiliac joint, spinous erectus muscles, the whole vertebra to really release its tension. And what we're going to start to do here is join the breath in it as well. So beginning to breathe up the vertebra, take your inhale from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. And from the crown of the head back down to the tailbone. Breathing in and up the vertebra all the way to the crown of the head. And exhaling all the way back down to the tailbone. And if you have areas which are speaking to you, muscles that you didn't know that you had, breathe into those with Maitri, which is friendship towards the self, loving kindness, gentleness. Breathe into that tension and ask it to release and relax. Asking, helping, supporting the body to release its tension and negativity. And coming into a more enlightened, more positive, a gentler space with ourselves. Finding that connection with the breath up and down the vertebra. Good. Nice deep inhale. And very gently we can walk our fingertips back up. Really good work. Okay, let's come into the turtle posture. I'm just going to move my feet further away, and you're going to place your pillow on top of the feet there now, and you might want to put 2 pillows up there. It's completely up to you. Please be as relaxed as you like. Really, relaxation is so incredibly important for yoga. I know there's so much yoga out there, and I used to do that yoga as well, where it was all about building up muscle strength and endurance and sweating and doing all of that lovely stuff that I used to really love. But now yoga is for my mental well-being, and it's for nourishing, and it's for peace, and it's for joy, and I just practice completely differently these days. So anyway, let's come into the turtle posture. Again, we're just going to reach ourselves forward, and what you'll notice is it's not so intense on the hips, but it's more intense in the spine. So you're really asking the vertebra to get a long, long length here. And we're resting our head, neck and shoulders down onto the cushion. Breathing up and down the spine. Taking that moment. Breathe into the areas where you're feeling the tension. And make sure that you're really letting go on the exhalation. Really softening, really becoming gentle with yourself.
And increasing that self-love, that self-compassion, that relationship that we have with ourselves is so vitally important.
Taking in 3 more breaths in here. Just allowing the body to open up. We're not working to 100%. If you're working to 100%, ease off, ease off, ease off, especially if you've got anxiety or any stress-related insomnia, anything that's heightened, please just do less, do less, do less. I give you permission, do less, do less. So if you're experiencing any heightened periods, panic attacks, anxiety, insomnia, not able to eat, fluctuating moods, anger, things like this, just do less, try less hard. It's important. 2 more breaths in here, just breathing into the spine all the way up to the crown of the head. And exhale.
And letting go one more time in here. Just really try and let go. Let everything go. Just completely relax. Breathing in and up the vertebra of the spine to the crown of the head. And exhaling back down the vertebra to the tailbone.
And gently, gently walking ourselves back up. Oh, good work. Lovely. Okay, we've worked into the spine and the lower back. Very, very nice. Okay, let's do a seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So I'm just going to turn side on to you, and I'm going to stretch my legs out, and that'll feel really good after having them bent for a little while. Feel really good. So just starting in Dandasana, and Dandasana is where you draw the fingertips beside the hips, sitting up out of the pelvis, so trying to get this space. So this is what I mean, is the space between the lower ribs and the top of the pelvis is not much, it's centimeters, really. But trying to get length out of there really helps L5-S1. So really trying to breathe into these side ribs, get some expansion happening here, and using the back muscles and the core, so pulling the core back towards the spine, breathing in deeply. One more, just like that, breathing in. Dandasana, beautiful preparatory posture. Okay, just bringing the hands to the heart center. Now, I don't mind if you've got your feet a little bit apart, so that's absolutely fine. Some teachers will say that's not okay, but I think especially if you're a beginner and this is not normal for you, having your feet a little bit apart actually helps you to be able to bring the chest a little bit further forward so you can get some openness through your lower back. So just come with me, hands to the heart, inhale, lift up. Exhale, reaching it up and over. So I'm really reaching out of that back, just like the turtle posture, and I'm coming forward. Wherever you get to, we're just going to relax down. And gently coming back up. We've got 2 more, just like that. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, reaching it up and over, stretching out of the lower back, reaching forward, looking forward. Don't think about where you're going to get to, just keep reaching forward and resting down. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the head and the face and the tongue, and gently coming back up. Last time, breathe it in. Exhale, reaching up and over. Beautiful. Now here, you might want a cushion to rest your head on. We're going to bring our hands to the floor, or for level 2s, if you want to, it's pistol grip, which means 2 fingers to the inside of the big toe with the thumb capping over the top. And you're just going to pull yourself forward. For beginners, level 1s, you can just rest your hands on the floor and rest your forehead onto a cushion. Beautiful. And we'll start here now, breathing in and up the spine. So what I'm doing here with my legs is I'm flexing through my heels and I'm drawing the toes back towards the shins. So the legs are actually quite active. I'm pressing down through the backs of my knees. They don't quite touch the floor on me. I've got huge calf muscles, so it doesn't touch the floor. But keep pressing these thighs and drawing the thighs up into the pelvis and resting the top half of the body down. So this is the yang part of the posture, the active part of the posture is the legs, and the yin, the relaxing part of the posture, is the back, the chest, the head, the neck, the shoulders, all nice and relaxed. And if you're here, level 2s, you're pulling yourself forward with the arms, getting the most out of that openness in the lower spine. Otherwise, we're just here and we're breathing in and up the back. Beautiful. So if your mind starts to wander away, that's okay. Just very gently bring it back to the breath, and bring the breath back to the spine, breathing from the tailbone up to the crown of the head. And exhaling from the crown of the head back down the spine to the tailbone. Good. We've got 5 more. So just try to really relax here. Letting go of the tension in the lower back. Pressing through the legs and drawing the legs up into the pelvis. Relaxing the back, the torso, the chest, the shoulders, the arms, the neck, the face, the head. Make it all nice and heavy. Beautiful. Just flow with the breath. Breathing from the tailbone up to the crown of the head. And from the crown of the head back down to the tailbone. Good work. 2 more breaths in here. Breathing in all the way in and up the spine. And gently walking ourselves back up. Good work.
Coming up. So I know that if you are feeling from our forward bend that your back is a little bit sore right now, it means that you're having too much ongoing compression down through the spine. It's not getting enough movement. So it's really important after a forward bend, especially if you have some stiffness, to do a slight back bend. And here, all we'll do is just bring the hands behind the hips, draw the shoulder blades back together, and lift the heart up. You can drop the head back if that feels comfortable to you. pressing the palms down, supporting us, lifting the chest up, 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 opening the heart chakra. And if it's too much with the head back, you can just keep the chin tucked in. Beautiful, nice deep inhale. Breathing into the heart center, lifting up out of the pelvis. Just getting a little backward flexion on the spine. And gently, gently, we'll come up. Moving on with that, let's just draw the right foot to the inside of this left thigh, and we're going to do a twist. So twisting is really important after a forward fold, just to get some movement in the spine, in the vertebra itself. So after it's been elongated, then opening the spine and the vertebra up is really important. So just drawing the left hand to the right knee, right fingertips come behind the right hip, and I'm going to lift up first of all. And then gently, gently, I'm moving from my lower ribs. So I'm not really turning the shoulder actually. It's more that I'm actually moving from the lower ribs, and the shoulder turns as a result. So be mindful, be gentle. And here we're in the perfect position to breathe up and down the vertebra. Beautiful. Let the breath be soft, deep and long. Good work. Last breath. And gently, gently coming back to center. Let's go to the opposite side. So drawing the right foot in. And if this knee is sitting up, then just pop a pillow underneath that knee so that it can relax. You can relax into the inner thigh. And I'm just going to draw the right hand to the left knee. Left fingertips come behind the left hip. And first of all, I'm going to lift up. So trying to get as much length between the vertebrae as possible, and then opening back, opening back, opening back from the lower ribs. From the lower ribs, we're moving. And when we're doing twists, we're working with the solar plexus chakra. And the solar plexus chakra is where we have this sense of self, this sense of identity that we've built over time. The sense of an I or personhood. The sense of an ego. And when we're doing twisting, we're just, in yoga they say we're wringing the ego out. Making that sense of an I softer and gentler. Less concrete, more peaceful, more loving, more pure. Gently, gently coming back to center. Good. Let's just come into a forward extension here. So I've just dropped my right foot in front, and I'm just going to extend forward. Now, if you can't come down as low as I can, that's okay. Everybody is different. And even if you can be doing yoga for a while, you'll notice that your body is different from day to day. And some days there's postures I can do, and some days they're just not possible for me. So we just have to go moment by moment, just see what the body is up to. And we kind of have to work with the body a little bit. We have to open our mind to the possibility of change. And that what we find from day to day is not actually the same, it's different. And it's impermanent. And it's a little bit less concrete than we might hope. I'm just stretching my chest forward here, over my thighs. If you need a pillow here, please grab one, pop it underneath your forehead. Beautiful. This is a perfect posture to breathe up and down the spine. Good work. Beautiful. I'm just going to walk back. I'm just going to change my leg. Left leg in front now. It just slightly changes the way that hip is being opened. Left leg in front and reach forward again. Breathing up and down the spine. Extending out of the pelvis. Making sure those sit bones don't leave the cushion or the floor. Taking a moment here to breathe up and down the vertebra. Beautiful. Just taking a moment here. And gently, gently walking yourself back up. Okay, so today's class we've been talking quite a bit about dopamine. And dopamine is one of the four main chemicals that are responsible for our sense of happiness and well-being. And it's the reward hormone. So it's how you feel after you've achieved something that you wanted, and that you think, I've done a pretty good job with that. So that sense of, yay, I'm okay, I'm pretty good. And that's dopamine. And it's a sense of well-being and that you're okay with yourself. So we're going to do a dopamine challenge. Now, if you would prefer, just come into Balasana, child's posture, with the knees open and a cushion for your head, just resting like this. If this is preferable to you, that's absolutely fine. If you'd like to try the dopamine challenge, we're going to do a long hold in downward facing dog. And you can come down into child's posture whenever you feel like it. Okay, so come down, don't push yourself to 100%. We're still only working to 80% capacity. So make sure that we're not overly stimulating ourselves. But to increase our dopamine, we need to set ourselves a little task and we need to achieve it to the best of our ability. So the best of our ability is whatever we find our body able to do today. Okay? We just accept that with loving kindness. So turn the toes under, take a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, opening up, opening up, opening up. Okay, we've got some lovely strong arms here. Nice strong straight arms. Turning the tops of the shoulders away from the ears. So you've got some lovely space from the top of the shoulders and the sides of the neck. You've got this lovely space there. And then we have this really long spine, and it's getting longer because I keep pushing my tailbone back and up. And I keep pushing the tops of my hip joint
back behind me. And that opens the entirety of the leg, not just the Achilles. So sometimes I see people just push the heels down and you can actually tear the Achilles off the heel bone. So don't do that. Just push the entire back of the leg back behind you, and eventually everything opens up. Breathing in deeply. Now feel free to come down anytime. How about we go for 6 more breaths in here, breathing in deeply. Now making sure that you're not pushing the chin forward. It's a mistake that I make. But the clavicles, the ears should be in line with the tops of the shoulders. And you get the full length of the spine by thinking of the spine going all the way into the crown chakra. So extending from the tailbone to the crown chakra. And that's how you get the full length of the spine. Okay, we've got 2 more breaths in here. Breathing in, rest down anytime you like. One more breath in here, breathing in. And gently opening the knees up, resting down. You can use your pillow or 2 hands under your forehead. Good work, well done. And even if you went up and down a couple of times, well done. You can build up. Setting yourself little challenges like that. And obviously within your capacity, not asking you to achieve someone else's goals, but your own. So to build your resilience and to increase dopamine, we need to set ourselves little challenges that we can easily achieve. And that means that dopamine is getting pumped up right throughout the day. Beautiful. Just a couple more breaths in here. Nice deep inhale. And gently coming all the way back up. And if you'd like to now come into Shavasana, come into the corpse pose. So you're going to lie down on your mat or your carpet and grab a pillow for your head or underneath your knees, maybe a blanket over you. And we'll just finish off with a chakra meditation. So just rest down in corpse pose. Get yourself all settled in. Beautiful. Gently, just bringing your awareness and attention to the base chakra, located at the base of the torso where the perineum is. The color is red. This chakra is responsible for a sense of grounding, stability, mentally, emotionally. Breathing in and out of the base chakra. Imagine there's a little dewdrop of light shining like a diamond at the base chakra. Gently it's moving up to the sacral chakra, just 2 inches below the navel. The color is orange.
This chakra governs our sexual organs, reproductive organs, also the internal organs of the lower abdomen. And a lot of our creativity and sensual power comes from this area. So breathing in and out of the sacral chakra, imagining there's a little dewdrop of light shining like a diamond. It's gently moving from the sacral chakra up to the solar plexus chakra, which is located just where the ribs begin to part, base of the sternum. It's connected with the diaphragm, which pulls the lungs down so the breath can come into the lungs. And we've been working a little bit with the solar plexus chakra today. And it's a conundrum that we need to have a sense of self to exist in the world, to get by. We need to know what we're about and what's important to us, what our values are. And on the spiritual side of things, it's also important to not grasp onto those things, not be attached to this sense of self, because it's always changing. It's always evolving. It's a very creative process of becoming. And in that impermanence, there's a lot of freedom there. So breathing into the solar plexus chakra, imagining a little dewdrop of light shining like a diamond, gently moving up to the heart chakra, center of the chest. Color is green. This is where there is 10,000 nerve endings in this part of the body, which is often why we feel sensation or emotion quite strongly in the front of the chest. It's all these nerve endings around the chest area, very sensitive there. And the heart chakra also governs the hands, so I like to think of whatever I do with my hands, I do with my heart. And that's what I try to do anyway. Breathing into the heart chakra and gently moving your awareness. In the heart chakra, just imagine there's a little dewdrop of light shining like a diamond. It's gently moving up the center line of the body to the throat chakra. The color is blue. And the throat chakra governs all of our communication, verbal and non-verbal. So, that's a lot. Verbal and non-verbal. Throat chakra needs a lot of work. So, just breathing into the throat chakra, filling the area with loving kindness and maitri, friendship with the self. And just seeing there's a little dewdrop of light shining like a diamond in the center of the chakra. Gently moving up the center line of the body, coming to the third eye, which is centered on the pituitary gland, which is considered to be the master gland for the rest of the glands in the body, which sits deep in the midbrain. And this particular chakra is connected with our sense of intuition, which is considered a higher form of intelligence. So people who have great intuition, so lucky. They have a great tool to be able to overcome logic which can sometimes be a trap, and come into an intuitive understanding of the present moment. This color is indigo. Breathing in to the third eye chakra. Balancing the pituitary gland with breath, with intention. Seeing there's a dewdrop of light shining like a diamond, moving up the midline of the body to the crown chakra, which is the 1,000-petaled lotus flower, radiating a white energy from the top of the head at the center of this lotus flower is this dewdrop of light shining like a diamond, sending out rays of light. Very gently watching this 1,000-petaled lotus flower just gently fold its leaves over this dewdrop of light, protecting this beautiful energy, radiating within the body and throughout the body, throughout the layers of the body. And this particular little piece of light is yours. It's your little piece that you've been given. Breathing into the crown chakra. Just enjoying the white light of the crown chakra, knowing that you can access that light at any time. I'm going to gently leave you here now. So I'll just bring my hands to the heart center and drop my chin. Offer you namaste. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you in 2 weeks.